Hi and welcome to Norwegian farm life. Today it's getting cold outside. We are in the middle of November and that means that there will soon be winter. It's getting cold outside. We are in the middle of November and that means that there will soon be winter. So that means that the grass is not growing in the same rate as it is in the summer. So what it means for our sheep is that it's less grass for them to eat now. So they are definitely not starving because they still find grass and they also eat a lot of other stuff which they don't like as well as the grass. So this time year is challenging for our fences, and the reason for that is that inside of the fence they have been eating all of the grass, and outside they see a lot of grass that they want to eat. So that means that they are motivated to get to the greener grass on the other side of the fence. So the fence that we have a lot of is the one that you can see behind me. That's an electric fence or electric fence netting. So this kind of net is easy to put up, so you save some time there, but to save time on a fence like this is almost like peeing in your pants to keep warm. It may work in the beginning, but it will come back to bite you, because this fence takes a lot of maintenance. If it's not fully charged, then it becomes more like a fishing net than a fence for our sheep. It becomes dangerous for them. They can get stuck in it, and if we doesn't notice that they are gone, then they might even die. So it's important now that the fence is fully charged. And what happens to this kind of fences is that it sags, and debris from trees and storms fall on the fence. And if the fence is touching the ground, then you lose the electricity. The more the fence is touching, the more grounded the fence will be and the less charge it can hold. So in this area, which we are now, we have started to put up a proper fence, and that will replace the electric fence. As you can see behind me, there's a pole. So the progress on this project is really slow going, and the reason for that is that there's not a lot of dirt here before we hit the rocks, and that means that we cannot just knock down a wooden pole like we would normally do. So in this place we have to drill a hole in the mountain and then hammer down an iron pole, and that takes a lot of time. They are really heavy to carry. It's also where we are now, it's not really possible to get up here with a tractor or anything. It's just too steep. And this is also not anything that I can use my afternoons to anymore, because as many of you probably know, you don't get rich by having a small farm like we do. You don't even make enough for a living with traditional farming. So I have to have a 9-to-5 job outside of farming, as most others have. And that means that the only time I have to do this is in the afternoon. And recently we adjusted the clock for daylight saving. Let me know in the comments if you have daylight saving where you live and what you think about it. I really hate it, because when we adjust the time here, we lose an hour of daylight in the afternoon. When I'm in the office, even if it's dark or light outside, I just flip a switch and then it's light. When I go out to do fencing up in the mountains here, that's not the same. It's about half a year since I started that project, and it's just completely stopped. Also, we have had a lot of rain lately. We have had actually the 2 last months, I think it's been raining about every day. So the equipment I use is also really heavy. In order to drill down these iron poles, you need a really big machine. I have one which uses gasoline, but it's heavy to carry up and down here. So for now, we will just have to continue controlling the fence. So this is the end of the line, and we have checked the fence now all the way from almost the beginning until the end of the fence. The fence actually goes a little bit in the other direction as well from where we started, but so the next thing we will do is to use a fence checker to check how much electricity is in the fence. Naturally, this is not something that I want to do with my fingers. And also you can see behind me, this is the fixed fence that we have started on. And this is also actually along the property line, all the way until the end of the line. Now, it was a lot easier to put up this fence. As you can see, we have used wooden poles here, because it's much deeper with dirt than the other place where we started to put up the fence. So first we will plug in the fence. So now the fence is energized, so then we can check and see how much electricity is actually on the fence. Now, there are several ways you can test an electric fence. We can of course touch it and see how high we scream, but this is less painful. One part in the ground, other one on the fence. Now, this one is blinking on up to 4000 volt. So it's not ideal. It's probably still some places on the fence where it's touching the ground. I can actually now hear some ticking, but for now that's okay. So the fence has power, and I will keep the sheep where they're supposed to be, at least for some time. Now, there's quite a bit of maintenance with these kind of fences, so we hope to get rid of them all sooner or later, but it takes time, and that's not something that we have a lot of. So in the end of this video, I also would like to say something about our channel to our subscribers. We're going to do some changes to the channel, and maybe you have noticed some of them already. First off, we are switching to English, or as close as I can get. And the second change is that since we started the channel, I've posted a video every week on the same day and on the same time. We will, instead of focusing on quantity, focus on quality. We'll take our time and make the videos better and release them when they are finished, and not rush anything through just to get something out for a date. I don't believe in that. So we hope that you will still follow our videos. We will attempt to get captions on them, so those who do not speak English can also read the Norwegian one. So in the end, I would like to ask those of you who are watching the videos and are not subscribers to become one. It's completely free, no strings attached, just push the red button and you're done. That will help the channel out a lot. So if you like this kind of content, then do it. So thank you for watching. We will see you on the next video.